Are you afraid to pivot, make some changes, switch gears, end some things, look within and transform maybe some things, excuse me, within yourself? Are you afraid to pivot? And I'm thinking about that on this Sunday morning because I recently had to pivot. It had been a long time coming, and it points to how not every pivot is supposed to happen in the immediacy of knowing. Not every change, ending, new beginning is supposed to happen in the immediacy of knowing that it needs to happen. There are building blocks a lot of times, causes and conditions that need to come into place. But once we're aware, that awareness is important. And I say that because for over a year, I had been navigating some stuff at work. When I say stuff, I'm just going to say leadership because, you know, it's often leadership, isn't it? It's deep. It's often leadership. Yes, it's often leadership. Let's just say that. And it was increasingly becoming more and more uncomfortable. And I'm the type of person where I want to look at the ins and outs of things. I want to pause, be with myself, my behavior, my response or reaction, how I'm showing up, because that's important. We can't just outsource things like, oh, it's everybody else's fault. Mm-mm. And then looking at every person's component and recognizing that the leadership wanted things to look differently, the inner workings, the being different, the team to be different, better, even, but weren't willing to get to the root of the issue and transform to be better. It's like just push that over and let's just social mediaify ourselves, right? Because social media, it's all perfect. So that discomfort was increasingly becoming real. And there were many moments where I had to say hard things. I had to advocate for myself. I had to stand firmly in my truth. And I believe in that. I don't believe in for myself. We're all different. I don't believe in going along for the get along, acquiescing when it is a compromise to like my core, my values. If there's a sense of justice involved, no. I will ride it all the way until the wheels fall off in a very present, meet it in the moment way. And recently the wheels fell off. And what I mean by that is I chose to pivot through time and space and alignment because, again, not every pivot or change is supposed to happen in the moment you know it needs to happen. You want to make sure that everything is there at the ready. So recently the wheels fell off and I pivoted and I'm leaving. I sought to leave and the door opened again, which is why we wait on time. All things in time. I remember having a supervisor who is a fabulous being and was an amazing supervisor and mentor, great leadership. She said to me, and I was in my 20s, she said, Keziah, all things in time. And she was speaking about her own injustices as she was seeking to be promoted and saw other people, because she's Black, saw other people uh, less skilled being promoted. And she was so rooted in herself. She said, all things in time. And so for myself in this and how I'm feeling today on the mat is all things in time, including that pivot and a reminder to not be afraid of change. Because whether we're desiring or not, whether it's needed or not, whether we welcome it or not, afraid of it or not, whatever or not, change is inevitable. And we can either get on the path of it when we know it's time so that we can be with the current of the change, or we're going to resist it. And so when it comes along, we're not going to be ready, but it's going to happen anyway. Ready or not, it's going to happen anyway. So today I just want to, invite you and invite myself to continue to investigate the areas in our lives where we know something needs to be different. We're being called to be different, to change something within, internally, without, externally, whatever it is. And to pause enough to maybe journal about it, make a list, talk about it to yourself, record yourself processing it, whatever it is, to begin investigating change and looking at the infinite possibilities that will allow for that change to flow with the current. Yeah, because when we do that, we see our own value, we affect other things in positive ways. Because at my previous position, if it were meant for me to change, which it was, it means that that was necessary for other things as well. And we can't wait on change. And what I mean by that is we can't wait for other people to change, for other systems to change. We have to find ourselves in the midst of it and give thought to what we need or can do to change. hmm Otherwise, it's like someone else is sort of the master of our lives, the navigator of our ship, the controller of our emotions. Oh, they're doing this or they're doing, no, okay, that's true. That is happening. And where are you in that equation? What do you need to pivot? What do you need to be with? Because you are a you. I am a me and they are a them. And so the only part in this equation that I can change would be me. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to see that, to know that, to understand it, and then to put it in motion. We know many things, but we don't often put them in motion. We know many things, but somehow or another we allow ourselves to sort of be frozen. We don't ride the momentum. We don't throw ourselves in the ocean of the movement. And I want to encourage you to do that, to find the areas and places and ways in your life where you need to change. You need to pivot. And maybe you're like, I don't know how, or I don't know what to do, or, oh, I'm afraid because what if? That's just the mind running amok. Sit, write it down, give it thought. Go from I don't know to I'm open to encountering knowing. I'm open to learning more. I'm open to paying attention. I'm beginning to see things more clearly. I find myself more mindful in each moment because I want to be in greater alignment in my life. As opposed to I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Because what I do know about I don't know is it's not going anywhere. You will not know, and nothing will change. Nothing will change. So, on today, let's think about the ways that we need to be more actively engage in the changes of our lives and practice the pivot. May we practice the pivot. Thank you for being here. I hope you come back around and sit with me and see what becomes of the journey. May you be well and beyond that. Thank you for sitting with me.